Hello and welcome to this week's Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of January 31st, 2019. I'm Brandon Zech.
I'm Christina Rees.
And we are counting down the top 5 things to see and do this week in Texas. So number 5 this week is a show by Houston artist John Forse. The show's called Mini Returns. It's at the Houston Community College Central Art Gallery. That's kind of in Midtowny area over by the Station Museum of Art, if that helps at all. John Forse is a Glasstire contributor. He's shot a top 5 with us before. We at Glasstire love his work. What we really like about it is that it's funny. So this show has some digital comics that he's done. It has some really funny magazine cover paintings, fake magazines. One of the favorite things, just because I know John sketches all the time, it has this museum display case filled with sketchbooks. He's kind of laying out the idea process in the show. There are some pieces in the back also that you have to take a picture of using Flash to get the full effect. It's the one time you're ever allowed to use Flash in a museum or an art gallery.
We love John. I think he's so funny and so talented, and he's sort of a geek of the highest order, and I mean that in the best possible way. So number 4 on our list this week is Sterling Ruby, opening at the Nasher Sculpture Center in Dallas. Now, Sterling Ruby is sort of one of these art world darling bad boys. Collectors love him. Artists actually like him pretty well too. I've been seeing his work for years, and this is essentially a retrospective put together by Jed Morse, curator at the Nasher. I'm curious to see a lot of this work together in one place. I'm hoping that it will do something for me in terms of being able to really finally get a grip on what Sterling Ruby is about. The individual pieces as I see them in various collections, I want to be able to put all these pieces together because his work is incredibly varied. His materials are varied. It seems to me like his subject, his content, everything is extremely varied. I kind of feel sorry for whoever has to write a press release about a retrospective because I think it's a trick to pull it all together. But the individual objects are interesting. They're interestingly made. So kudos to the Nasher, and let's see how it goes.
Number 3 this week is in Austin, and it is Austin's PrintExpo on Saturday, February 2nd from 12 to 5. So this event, we cover events like this maybe 2 or 3 times a year. It's a big event. There's going to be a steamroller print, so artists are going to be bringing their huge woodcuts to be printed by a steamroller. There's going to be a bunch of tables, and artists and presses are going to be there kind of selling their wares and showing their prints. Places like Burning Bones Press, Black Crow Press, Sybil Press, Cannonball Press, Iron Frog Press. Quite a few of these are Texas-based. And there will be individuals too. Guerra Girl, Aaron Miller, Dennis McNett, some of our favorites that we've seen at events like this around Texas before. This is kind of the culmination event of Print Austin, which is about a month of printmaking events that I know we mentioned on the top 5 before. I like seeing prints on tables like this just as much as I like seeing them framed up in the gallery, because then this is a chance where you really get to interact with the artists and talk to them about what they're doing. So go see some prints and go buy some prints on Saturday.
So number 2 opens this weekend at Presa House in San Antonio. It's called Intersections. It celebrates women of color through a diverse collection of 22 artists and their stories told from a variety of experiences and perspectives. These are all Texas artists. They're from all over, a lot of names that we know. The show is curated by curators from Austin, Houston, Corpus Christi, and Laredo, if that gives you an idea of kind of the spread of artists. Lisette Chavez, Sandra Gonzalez, Bethlehem McConan, Myra Zamora.
Presa House has done, in addition to doing solo shows, which we've covered before, it seems like over the past couple months they've been doing a lot of really great group shows. This show putting a bunch of narratives of women of color together is just a really strong showing, and it's really important, and it's going to make a big impact, even though it's only a month-long show.
So number 1 on our list is at the Menil collection in Houston. It is Trenton, Doyle, Hancock. This is a contemporary focus show. I believe that the focal point of the show is 30 drawings that he's done, but then he's surrounded them by these big wall drawings and murals. Trent, what can we say? We love Trenton Doyle Hancock. It's nice that he's having a show at the Menil in his own hometown.
Yeah, so these original 30 drawings were shown in Trenton Doyle Hancock's kind of retrospective mid-career exhibition at the Contemporary Arts Museum Houston. It was a traveling show. I think that was in 2014. So they were acquired by the Menil. And it's almost kind of like a graphic novel type series of drawings. So I think the murals are kind of a continuation of this series of drawings, so it's kind of fleshing out the world a little more. Of course, the drawings, the characters are part of Trenton Doyle Hancock's like personal mythology
Absolutely.
of the Moundverse. Mm-hmm. And this is part of the Menil's reinstall reopening initiative that they're doing over this year, to where they're trying to get artworks in their collection out on view that haven't been on view either recently or ever.
All right, so that is our week for you. And what are you doing this weekend?
I actually have a conversation at Anya Tisch Gallery that I'm leading, being a part of with Adela Andia on Saturday. So if you're in Houston and want to hear me talk to Adela about her works of light art, come out and see us.
Yeah, do it. Do that, and also, just generally speaking, go see some art.
Go see some art.